All right, well, we begin with a tragedy that has left Americans across the nation speechless. It's being called the worst mass killing at a school in American history. This morning, around 9:30, a gunman entered Shady Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut, and opened fire. There's been some confusion today as to who the shooter was. Police say this evening that 20-year-old Adam Lanza is the person responsible for the killings. His 24-year-old brother Ryan was at first believed to be the suspect. Scenes like this have been flooding the television screens across the nation since the chaos began. At least 26 people are dead, as many as 20 were children. 2 handguns were found on the scene and 2 more in the suspect's car. Law enforcement officials have said that the shooter is among the dead. The details of this story are still murky at best, but we can expect to hear more about this story in future days and weeks. Earlier, I sat down with RT correspondent Liz Wall, who grew up very close to today's shooting location. She's been speaking to her family and friends back in Connecticut, and she brought me their account of what's happening.
I know that I just got off the phone with my mom. She has friends whose children go to that very school, just picked up the children. There's a lot of information. What they are hearing, my mom says, is that this guy, the gunman, worked at the school and he was fired this morning. One of the victims was his mother, who was a kindergarten teacher, and shot, opened fire on all the kids in the classroom.
And Liz, what we do know is that you're from this community. Can you describe the community to me? I mean, is it quiet? Is it peaceful? Is something like this to be expected? Do you have lots of violence?
No. We are talking about a rural suburban town. This is Newtown, Connecticut, a town of about 27,000 people. People move here because the schools are known for being very good. Not too long ago, the high school there in Newtown, Connecticut got this some kind of prestigious award for being a school of excellence. The schools in the area are known for being very good, and that's why families move there. They go there because they think that this is a safe place to raise your children. And it's absolutely not a place where you hear about gang violence or gun violence, or you never really hear about things like this. And I mean, you always say that it's not going to happen to you, it's not going to happen to your community. And this is the last place that I would think you would hear about one of the most heinous mass shootings in U.S. history is in this community. It's really shocking.
And I know that you've been in contact with your family back home. You just said you talked a little bit about that. Can you talk a little bit more about what you've been hearing from them? What kind of news you personally have been getting from your family and friends?
Well, I think at first, when the news broke this morning, it was just everybody was really confused, everybody calling each other. I know I have a niece and nephew in a nearby school district, and everybody just kind of calling to make sure that everybody's okay. I don't think anybody was expecting that it would be of this magnitude. So I think people are just shocked. Don't really know what to make of this.
And also, President Obama just came out to speak about this a little bit earlier. He said something needs to be done about this, and a couple of other little pieces of information came out as well. I mean, should we expect something to be done in upcoming days and weeks?
Well, I think one of the things that President Obama did say is that it's not the time to talk about the politics behind this, or it's not even necessarily time as of today to talk about to have a debate about guns. I think that first off, it's going to be taking care of these families, taking care of the wounded, and helping out these families, and helping these families pick their pieces up, pick their lives back up. I think without a doubt, we are already seeing across social media that it's already erupting a debate about gun control. I think whether or not you are for guns or against guns, I think this is going to reignite a debate and really cause people to take a look at the situation that we do have in this country. I know that those that are for gun control are going to say this is an example of the ease of being able to obtain weapons in this country. Those that are for having guns are going to say, maybe if the principal or security was on school that had guns, they could have shot the gunmen dead and save the lives of these children. It's definitely a really difficult topic. So we're not going to find any answers today, but I can say for sure that it's gonna spark a very, very heated debate about gun control in the country.
We'll have to see how that plays out. We know that the politicians have kind of set politics aside today, and everybody's kind of coming together around this community. Now, Liz, this is obviously very close to your house. I also had a personal experience too. I lived a block away from Columbine High School, so my family and my community went through that. And then also we saw this Aurora shooting. What steps are going to happen in the future to build this community up? I mean, I've experienced and seen what happened after Columbine High School and the years and years and years that it's taken for that community to heal. What do you think the next steps are going to be for your community?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it's gonna take a lot of counseling. I mean, I can't even imagine being in elementary school shooting in elementary school, just on your way, just a normal day at school, and having this massive atrocity happen. I think it's gonna take a long time for these wounds to heal. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know.
Well, one thing we do know is that parents across the country and across the world are going to be holding their kids just a little bit tighter tonight.
Yeah.
And it's such a tragedy to happen right before the holiday season. RT correspondent Liz Wall, thank you for bringing us that update.
Thank you.